Hi all. So we'll see today again another exercise which is available in NDM website. The name of exercise is 5.1 and in this we see the name of a file is and or with if. And or with if means we have to see how we can use and, how you can use or, and with if function or with if function. So you should know one thing, that is ki when we talk about and function means we are joining more than one condition, and if there are multiple condition and we are using and means both conditions should be true. When both the conditions are true, then only it will take decision. Like if we say here equals to and is a function. See how many arguments we have to give: logical 1, logical 2, and n number of logical operators we can give. Let's say I said 56 greater than 89 comma 45 greater than 90, right? I have given this. Is 56 greater than 89? Tell me this. No. Is 45 greater than 90? No. Both are false. 56 is not greater than 89 and 45 is not greater than 90. So what it will return? It is checking both the condition. It can either return true or it can return false. So both are returning false. So false and false will be what? When both the conditions are false, then definitely the result will also be false, right? Now we see opposite of this. We say and I say 90 is greater than 56 comma, let's say 89 is greater than 45. Now see, yes, 90 is greater than 56 and 89 is greater than 45. Both are returning true. So the overall result will also be true, right? Now see, one condition is true and one condition is false. What we do in that case? And I say 90 is greater than 34 comma 56 is greater than, let's say, 78. So 56 is not greater than 78. 90 is greater than 34, that is why it is returning true. But when we say 56 is greater than 78, that is returning false. So true and false will always be false, right? So this is these all things we are using with if. We are saying ki if some result is returning true, what should be the action? If some result is returning false, what should be the action? So here we are having internal assessment marks of some students and we are having external assessment marks of some students. We have to tell whether the result of this particular student or all student is pass or fail. So we are given a condition. What is that condition? Condition is saying that if internal marks are greater than equals to 50%, this is condition 1, condition 1, or logical test 1, logical test 1. What is another? If external assessment is more than equals to 50%. So this is condition 2 or logical test 2. So we are saying and if both are true, if both are true, both are true, then the candidate is pass, otherwise candidate is fail. So for this we have to write a formula wherein we are joining two logical conditions. One logical condition is saying internal assessment is greater than equals to 50%. Second is saying external assessment is more than 50%. So let's see how we will do this. So for this, here, what is the syntax of if? If is a function which checks whether the condition is met or not. If condition is met, then it returns one value which is true. Otherwise, if condition doesn't met, it returns another value which is actually based on false return value. So what is the condition? So logical test. There are two logical tests which are to be which are to be joined using and, because first argument is logical test, so we have to write logical test. How we will write a logical test? And internal assessment greater than equals to 50% comma external assessment greater than equals to 50%. If both are greater than equals to 50%, I am closing the end bracket. So if this particular logical test is returning true, then I have to write pass, else I have to write fail. will close if. Now see here, this AND operator, this will be returning one value, fine. This is argument 1. If it is true, the value if true. What is the value if true? Pass. What is the value if false? Fail, right? Will we be freezing these B2 and C2 cell? No, we will not be freezing. We'll click over here. What is the result coming? Fail. Why? Because 14% is not greater than 50%, whereas 71% is greater than 50%. So one result is returning false, another is returning true. This will be returning false and this will be returning true. And false and true will always be equals to false. Hence, which result is being displayed? Fail result is being displayed. Now see, simply what we have to do? We have to just select it and we have to press Ctrl D. So we got the result, right? We got the result. Now come to second condition. What is the second condition? It is saying if internal assessment is greater than 20. If internal assessment is greater than equals to 20 and if external assessment is greater than equals to 30. Again there is a AND operator which we have to use. If it is true, we have to return pass. If it is false, then we have to return fail. So how we will write the how we'll write the function for this? Again, why this is 20 and 30? Because here marks are given out of 40. These all marks are greater than are out of 40. So how we'll write in the similar manner? If and this is greater than equals to 20 comma this external assessment is greater than equals to 30, then we will say pass, else we say fail. Close. So again see, this is the formula wherein 3 arguments are there. First argument is having 2 logical tests. We are testing using AND operator, looking for true values for both. If both are returning true value, then value of if true is pass, otherwise the value if false is fail. Will we be freezing these cells? No, because we have to copy the formula. Okay. So now see, again we will select all the cell and press Ctrl D. So we got the result, right? Check any of the result. Here it is not greater than equals to 20. Here it is greater than equals to, here it is not greater than equals to 30. That is why fail. Same is this situation. Here also, what is there? Here it is greater than equals to 20 means true. This is greater than equals to 30. So yes, the both are returning true, hence pass. Here also both are returning true, hence pass. Here both are returning true, hence pass. Here both are returning true, hence pass. If you want to check how you can check, you can just go to formula, evaluate. You can see that B17 is greater than 20. What it is returning? 27 is greater than 20. It is returning true. Now C17 is greater than equals to 30. Evaluate. C17 is 48. 48 is greater than equals to 30. Evaluate true, comma true. When we join true, comma true using AND operator, it will return true. And for true, the value is pass. This is how you can evaluate also, right? Now the question arises, what is the formula I have written? So how you can just check? You can check like this. I'll write the formula over here. Formula text. What is the formula text I have used? I will just format it and I'll just format it. Now what is the formula? Equals to formula text. Where is the formula? This is the formula. This formula I have used. I'll just say merge across. So it is in the same cell but it has been merged across. Similarly we'll do for this. This we did. Here again I'll write formula text and here the formula is not D14. It is now this particular second condition, right? So this is second. Now come to third. It is OR. What we are saying? if either of this one condition is true, if internal assessment is greater than equals to 50 or external assessment is greater than 50. So we are saying if in any of the assessment you are scoring greater than equals to 50%, then you are pass. Otherwise, if you are not scoring greater than 50 in neither of these assessment, then you are definitely fail. So how we'll do that? I'll come over here, I'll say equals to if. Now again logical test, now this time logical test I am binding using OR operator. We are saying if this is greater than equals to 50%, comma, if external assessment which is in C25 is greater than equals to 50%. If either of these two are greater than 50%, then the result is pass, else fail, right? So in spite of and we are using OR, and here we can see one condition is true, so the result should be pass. Earlier it was fails. For same data it was fail. The data is same. Control D. Again write formula text. Where is the formula text? I am copying because formula is been, because I have formatted, and here what I do, in spite of D25 I will take the cell as D25, right? So this is 50%. Now again here the marks are out of 40 and 60. What is the condition? If internal assessment is greater than equals to 20 or external assessment is greater than 30. If either of this is true, then the result will be pass, otherwise fail. So how we will do? Again come over here, say equals to if or this is greater than equals to 20, internal assessment greater than equals to 20 or external assessment greater than equals to 30, will close the bracket of or, then pass, else fail, right? Okay. Now again copy it down, control D, right? Again we will use formula text to see what is the result. So here what we take, which cell we take, we say take this cell, this is D37. So here D37, right? So this is the formula. Now see here, or with and, we have to use or also, we have to use and also. Firstly we learned how to use and with percentage. Here we used and with percentage. Here we use and with normal value. Here we use or with percentage. Here we used or with normal value. Here we have to use or as well as and. So we see what is the condition. It is saying first condition is either column B is greater than is equals to 20 and column C is greater than equals to 25. This is first condition, right? Using and. Or column B is greater than equals to 15 and column C is greater than equals to 20. Means if either of this, if this condition is true or this condition is true, wherein within this, these both conditions should be true. But in outer bracket, either of these two condition is true. If either of this condition is true, then the result will be pass, otherwise fail. So we see how we will do this. You can read the problem statement also. If either of the above, it's written if either of the above condition is met, result is pass, otherwise fail. So how we will do this? So firstly we will say equals to if, firstly we will use or, right? Because we are saying either of these two conditions, but those two conditions are having again two conditions and both the conditions should be true. So we will say and this is column B is greater than, I have to look at the value, greater than equals to 20 or column C is greater than equals to what is that? Greater than equals to 25. This is condition 1. Either this condition should be true, comma, again, and if this particular internal marks are greater than equals to 15, comma, external marks are greater than equals to, let me check what is written over here, 20, right, 20. So this is condition 2. If first and condition or second and condition, if either of this is true, then we have to say pass, else we have to say fail. Enter. So this is fail, and then what we do, we just press Ctrl D, then we take formula text and we just print over here. We see what we did, just look at here what we did, merge across. If you look over here carefully, this is one end, this is one end, this is second end, and this is OR. If either of this condition is true, then the result will be pass, else fail, else fail, fine, else fail. If it is returning true, then pass. So this is the formula which we have written. Now see again what is next. Here we have to find out the result of each and every student, and these are the marks which are being given, right? So, any condition given? Yes. What is the condition? If total marks are greater than 350, excellent. If total marks are greater than 250, good. Here conditions are given. Look carefully. It means one thing is we have to find out total marks. If total marks are greater than equals to 350, excellent. If greater than equals to 250, good. If greater than equals to 200, satisfactory. Else, poor. Very easy. How we will do? We will say equals to if, now we will first of all find sum. Sum of all these values, all 4 subject marks are greater than equals to 350. Greater than equals to 350, then the result is excellent. If it is not greater than equals to 350, we have to find out sum of all these 4 subject marks. If this is greater than equals to 250, we have to say good, comma. If it is not greater than equals to 250, I have to close the bracket over here. Then again we have to find out the sum of all these 4 subject marks, all these 4 subject marks, all these 4 subject marks. All these, I was here, all these 4 subject marks. If it is greater than equals to 200, then it is, I think, satisfactory. Satisfactory. Else, if neither of the condition is true, then poor. And I'll close the bracket, main bracket, I'll press enter. Somewhere I did some mistake while entering the value. So, if sum of this is greater than equals to 350, then good. 350, then good. So if sum of this is greater than equals to 350, excellent. Else may sum of this is greater than 250, then good. Else I have to put a bracket. So this is the bracket which will go till here. Then good. Again sum bracket, this is go till here. You see, it is not coming. I am doing some mistake. So I have to check what mistake I am doing. This is result. Okay. So I have to find out the sum. So I will say equals to if Okay, I can use sum if also. I will use sum ifs. Sum ifs. I think this is the mistake I am doing. Sum ifs, right? Sum ifs, first is sum range. Sum range is this, right? I am using sum ifs. I will say sum ifs. This is the range. This is the first is sum range, comma, criteria range. What is the criteria range? Criteria range is again the sum of entire this range greater than equals to 350. Then no, I am doing some mistake somewhere. So for now I am just giving you this much of sheet only. Let me check it out where I am doing the mistake. Okay, one column I think I have to create, but again I'll first of all see, because if column is over there then it is easy, then there is no issue, then there is no issue, right? So then there is no issue. So from here onwards we'll do again. For now just do till this end. By after 62 row, after row number 62 we'll be doing rest of the question again, right? Only 3 questions are left.